And here we are. What are we doing here on a Wednesday? What are we doing here on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time? So what are we doing here on Wednesday today? Well, it's Ben said, okay, let's get on with it. That's a good comment. Let me see. So one of the things, I was commenting a lot this morning back and forth with different Facebook groups, and Facebook said, oh, you can't comment anymore. You've commented too much. What? Okay. Commented too much. I had to take a break. I couldn't comment. I don't know if I can now or not. Have no idea. Hello, Spot Lewis from West Philly. Should anyone really comment on space? Well, it's just, I got so many Facebook groups, with Final Cut Pro stuff that I need to comment on. So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, this is a good point. 3 months free Apple Creative Studio if you buy certain hardware. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking at getting the new M5 Mac Mini whenever that's announced. I'm looking at that if they give me a decent enough trade-in on the M4 that I have. So if that's the case and I get 3 months free, I'll go ahead and sign up for that. That'll be fine. Been testing on a 2-hour-long multicam, 3 cams, 2 mics, 4K. One frees up, otherwise fine. Hello, world. Absolutely, the world. Hey, we got 50, 60 people watching right now. Fantastic. I got some comments, a comment or two about the Apple Creator Studio. Ben imported some stills, had no audio. What? There's our first thumbs up. Let me pull that over here. Got to pull this up. I got to change my Stream Deck profile to that. Now I can give thumbs up. Fantastic. There we go. We're here watching you. Absolutely. Thank you for watching, Ben. Ben's always watching us. Looking at the videos from creators with early access, as of now, I see no need for the subscription as I do not use that many transitions and my video visual search is nice, but the rest needs updating. Now, I agree with that. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. We're going to wait for more people to get here. We got 65 people watching. Freezing our butts off. Freezing your butts off in Florida? Come on, it's 19 degrees Fahrenheit here right now at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Our friend Milcore Pictures. I just finished downloading the Creator Studio and trying stuff out. Everything seems to work fine. So tell me, did you do a search on the App Store for Creator Studio? Because that wasn't coming up for me. Wait a minute. It's free without buying hardware? What are you talking about? 3 months free without buying hardware? It's supposed to be... I thought it was 3 months if you bought like an iPad or a MacBook Pro, but I thought 30 days free. 30 days free. What did you say up there? Did you say 30 days? I thought you said 3 months free on Creative Studio. No, it's not. I don't think it's 3 months free. Tell me, clarify that. Exciting day for the Final Cut Pro community. It's exciting somewhat. For those of us who have been using Final Cut Pro for a long time, we got some new features, visual search, transcript search, and whatever that thing was they got from Logic. Beat detection, that's what it is, beat detection. Hello, Matthew. Thanks for saying hello. Thank you very much. Give us some thumbs up. Let's get a lot of thumbs up today. Could this text indexing be the precursor to text-based editing? I sure hope so. I sure hope it is. I mean, they're already 3 years behind on text-based editing. Everybody had it 3 years ago at NAB except for Final Cut Pro. The new beat detection feature is great, although it exists on DaVinci Resolve, but we were waiting for it on Final Cut Pro. Absolutely. Let me put that up there again. With need updating, I mean transcript to search needs to support more than just English for us living in non-English speakers. I keep seeing that comment. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure it's coming. I bought Final Cut Pro and Logic just 3 months back. I will get future updates. I am worried. Yes, you will get future updates. Absolutely. All of us will that have bought it. Absolutely. Feature updates. Yes, you will get those. Great new packs on Logic Pro, just a 43 gigabyte download. Okay. I did the search and it showed the individual studio apps. No, found it through a thread who had a link, and that started the Final Cut Pro link in the store. I see. For us old timers, it's a good upgrade, not a major upgrade. That I agree with that, Ben. It's not major like we've had in the past. Now, the whole studio thing, that's new and that's major. The links to the new Final Cut Pro, and that gets you to the studio. What links to the new Final Cut Pro? I already saw the old one. Only one app so far does not have full feature parity, and that is free. No one uses that. I don't care about the other apps, to be honest with you. I don't care if they have feature parity or not. I use Keynote and I use Numbers. I don't care. The version that I use has feature parity with the subscription. I'm interested in feature parity with Final Cut Pro mainly, Logic Pro secondarily. I don't care if compressor has feature parity. It's already bare bones anyway, so I'm not sure what they would strip out of it. As long as Final Cut has feature parity for the foreseeable future for a year or two. Pixelmator Pro update hasn't been released yet. That's another one that will have some quote-unquote premium content. Now, here's my comment. First comment. I think Apple is confusing premium content with new content. Because what I've seen that they're calling premium content in Final Cut Pro, titles, transitions, generators, they don't look premium to me. Premium or VFX style stuff. They're not premium. They're more of the same. They're just new. So to me, I haven't seen any premium content that would entice me to update to a subscription for Final Cut Pro. That's the main thing I'm talking about. Now, if they get out some killer templates for Keynote, okay, you might get me there. If they do a video clip archive that you can download video clips or stills or royalty-free music, okay. Those are things I might subscribe for because you're going to subscribe for them anyway. But the premium content I've seen that they're calling premium content, no, it's not premium content. It's just new. It looks exactly the same as existing titles and transitions and effects and generators, just new. They don't look premium to me. So somebody from Apple will have to convince me that those are indeed premium because I'm not seeing it. So Enderfilm said it has been in the pack, in the group, okay? Final Cut Pro 12 is not visible in the App Store here in Denmark yet. Looking forward to the batch export option. Final Cut Pro option was the only thing I'm missing from compressor. Okay. Are all the plugins working? You mean the thousands of plugins that I have? Are they all working? We'll find out in the coming weeks. I certainly haven't tried the thousands of plugins that I have for existing Final Cut Pro. So confusing to have two apps in the App Store with the same name. If you already own Final Cut Pro, it'll say update, and you click on update and it won't be no charge. If you click on the other app, but I thought there's a different app, it would say subscribe. Same names, different icons. Did an update on Final Cut Factory V9 and they work in Final Cut FCP CS Creative Studio. Very cool. Plugins and Logic also work. That's good to know. Apple Creator Studio apps have in-app purchase. That is the Studio Bundle. Eric says premium refers to the premium we pay to get it. They've been touting we're getting all the same features, but we're not getting the premium content. Okay, what I've seen on the videos, the new stuff in the subscription, the new titles, transitions, they look like more of the same designers designed these, and they're not premium. They're not premium. Premium would be like Motion VFX or FX Factory. Those are premium. The ones in Final Cut are like mid-level, but not premium. So instead of saying premium, you're not getting the premium features. You're not getting the premium content. I prefer you say you're not getting the new updated content, because it's really, I'm not saying premium content in Final Cut Pro. Keynote, I don't know. Pixelmator Pro, I don't know, because I'm not downloading this subscription right now. I'm going to wait. Yes, important update, FX Factory. Absolutely. Another thumbs up or two. Yep, that app purchase gets you to the studio installers. So it's multiple installers. Is that what it is? Does it have them in a group? For me, Creator Studio isn't available in the App Store yet. Maybe tomorrow. No, it should be available today for you. It should be available today. But it's a little tricky. Let me just pull this up. I'll see if I can. I'll pull up the App Store. And we'll try it live. Let me see, where's the App Store? App Store, where are you? There it is. It's already up. So let's go here. Hold on 1 second, please. Let's pull it down here. So I'm going to pull, let's do this. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, let me go to here. So what do I do here to get to the premium bundle? Tell me what to do. I got Final Cut Pro in the search field. I'll do this. Final Cut Pro. See, it says open. I don't see any option to get the other version. It just says open, because I already own it. So how do I get to Apple Creator Studio? See, I type in Apple Creator Studio, nothing comes up. So how do I get there? Somebody clue me in and we'll do it live. Oh. Too many Final Cut Pros. How do I get to the other version? Tell me how to do it. I can't see it. I'm not going to subscribe anyway. Everyone's a critic about what are you referring to there? You call the internet. Apple plugins work. Be sure to check with vendors about third-party plugins. I put a link to the U.S. App Store in the chat that gets you to the starting Final Cut Pro. Okay, let me go on. Let me go look. Let me see if I can pull it up. The thing is, though, you can't. I don't think you can put links in it. Only I can. YouTube chat. I mean, no, I realize that. But I don't think you can put a link in the chat. I think only I can. The transcript search seems cool, but it would be nice to at least view it as a Word doc style if you didn't film the media. Absolutely, you should have the transcript. We're going to have 100 viewers here in 1 minute. Absolutely, that the transcript search should be available in a text document. Searchable, time-stamped text document. Isn't that just common sense? That's what it should be available as? I don't know how, if a third party can do that. Here's one of the cats. Motion VFX had only one update after install. Film look works. So it sounds like we don't need the premium content. I don't think you do for Final Cut Pro. What I've seen in the videos, and we'll go over the videos here in a minute, some of the videos, it's more of the same. It's the same style title. It's exactly the same style transitions. I haven't looked at the generator specifically. They have it arrows now. That's not premium. What I have seen for Final Cut Pro, the premium content is not going to entice me to do a subscription. Now, premium content for Pixelmator? Maybe. That might happen. You know, if they have good templates or whatever for Pixelmator or Keynote, they may get me to subscribe if they have premium content there. But what I've seen in Final Cut Pro, I wouldn't call it premium. I would just call it new. They should say, instead of you're not getting the premium content, just say you're not getting this new content, because it's not really premium. Not from my standpoint. I have Motion VFX subs, many updates today in their catalog. Okay. Won't find it in the store. Check the link. I don't see you. You can't post a link in YouTube. Only I can. It's as far as I can tell, as far as I know, only I can do it. So I don't see it. Let me just check and see if I see it. No, I don't see it. I don't think you can. You have to search Apple Creative Studio. I did that, Ben. I did that live. I'll do it again. I'm going to do search for Apple Creator Studio. Apple Creator Studio. Nothing comes up. Apple Creator Studio, and it doesn't come up. Nothing comes up. So this is not, I'm not seeing how to get to Apple Creator Studio. It should be right at the top, you would think. If it's not coming up, Not for me. Mac apps, nope, not coming up. CapCut's coming up, so it's not working. Apple Creator Studio, it's not coming up in the App Store under that. So I'm not going to subscribe today. I have no intentions. Apple Creative Studio? Is that what? That can't be right. What? What the heck? Apple Creative Studio brings up some of the Pixelmator Pro, Logic Pro. It's not Apple Creative Studio, it's Apple Creator Studio. What the heck's going on here, Apple? But once again, it just says open for me. I don't see anything here about the Apple Creator Studio. Nothing. For me, I'm not seeing it. I did Final Cut Pro. I did both Apple Studio. I'm doing it live for you. I'm doing it live. Look. Final Cut Pro. Search. Final Cut Pro. It just comes up with open. That's the version that I have now. There's nothing here that tells me something is from the, let me just click on this. See, there's nothing here that says this is, I have a subscription available. Nothing. These, here you go. Wait a minute. Down here it says in-app purchase. Okay. Now we're doing something. So these, here we go. Get in-app purchase. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to do an in-app purchase. But there's nothing. They should just do. They should just have. See here, there's nothing. Final Cut Pro. I already have Final Cut Pro. That's why it says open. I'm quoting what Apple says you have to do. What is it? What do I have to do? I did Apple scroll down. This is ridiculous that Apple can't have. Just search for Apple Creator Studio. Why is it that so hard to put in the App Store? It's ridiculous. Oh, I see. So you're saying scroll down, but that's very poor design on Apple's part. Okay? You should have two options at the top of the page. I shouldn't have to scroll down. It's ridiculous. You have to scroll down. It still doesn't have, it just has Keynote, in-app purchase, Pages, in-app purchase, numbers. Where is the ability to buy, to get Final Cut Pro in the subscription? It's very, very poor design. Whoever's designing the App Store, you really need a lesson in how to design something to make it easy for people to find this stuff. Really, seriously. It's ridiculous. You have this big launch and it's just hard to find stuff. Question is, how long will there continue to be two apps of the same program? Surely not too long. Well, people are saying, 2 or 3 years from now, they're going to do X. I don't care about 2 or 3 years from now. As long as we, get this initial feature parity for a year or so, I'll worry about what happens in the future. I'll worry about it in the future. I'm not going to worry about the future now. No, you can't. You can't post a link on the YouTube. Only I can post a link, but you cannot. Download the app. It will ask for purchase. Mine just says open because I have Final Cut Pro already. It doesn't say anything about downloading. You're talking about the other apps. Yeah, I know. YouTube chat. I understand that. Everyone's a critic. I was referring to you saying the premium content isn't premium. It's not premium. It's just new. I agree it could be better, but still useful. Useful is not premium. Useful is just new. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's like mid-level. Apple's content, their titles and stuff they're not premium, and the new stuff that I've seen is not premium. Not for Final Cut. Now, once again, I'm saying Pixelmator Pro could have premium content that I would want. And Keynote, those are the other two apps that I'm looking at for premium content that maybe I'll get the subscription for that. I think Pixelmator and or Keynote is supposed to have some kind of a library of video clips, a library of photographs, a library maybe of sound effects, Foley effects. That would be interesting to me, and I would subscribe to that. There's no way that I'm going to subscribe to get the premium content that I've seen in Final Cut Pro. It is not premium. It's mid-level. It's more of the same. Looks exactly like the same designers that has designed the stuff in the past, which is fine. I use some of their stuff sometimes, but it's not premium. It is not premium. It's just more of the same. It's just new content. For Final Cut Pro, once again, I'm not talking about Pixelmator. I am not talking about Keynote, which I'm interested in. If those two have premium content that I like, I will subscribe for that. I am not going to subscribe for Final Cut Pro premium content. I just searched Final Cut Pro and scrolled down and it was not there. I just did that live. I just did it live. You want me to do it again? Here, look. Look, Final Cut Pro. Show me the new icon. Show me the new icon. It's not there. Keynote, Pages, Numbers, GarageBand, Test Flight, and iMovie. That's all I have on my App Store for Final Cut Pro. The new version is not there. Obviously, people are getting it somewhere, but it's not there. Not for me. It's a very poor design, in my opinion. There's no option to download it for me. I just did it multiple times. It just says open. Scroll down to the page. There's no option to get a subscription for Final Cut Pro. It's very, very poor design, in my opinion. I've been popping out my stock content via AI really fast the last couple of weeks now. No need for premium content I paid for. Took 30 minutes to index 93 Nikon ZR Red clips for visual search. Well, that's certainly interesting for sure. Certainly interesting for sure. So we have a lot of new people. We have 150 people watching live right now. So if you're new, tell us where you're from. Tell us I do this show for you to make comments. The Final Cut Pro team watches this. They watch this live stream. I'm sure they're watching today. Put a comment in. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you think about the new Creator Studio and or Final Cut Pro 12. I can see how to get a subscription. I would like to test it. I have more expectations with premium content. I do too. When you say something is premium, I expect it to be premium, but that's just a small little thing, okay? We'll see what other premium content's available. If Keynote has premium content that I like, or if Pixelmator Pro has premium content, or Logic for that matter, or Motion, I would subscribe for the premium content at least for 1 month. Plus you get a 30-day free trial. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. He says search for that ID. Let me search for that ID. Is this ridiculous that I can't find Final Cut Pro for subscription on the App Store? Apple Creator, Apple Creative Studio. Let me see if I can get it. I'm not going to. I'm sure it's there somewhere. It's just, it should be obvious. It should be like blazing horns at the beginning of the top of the page. Subscribe to the new Final Cut Pro or whatever. It's not. I just did it. Most all the studio apps come up, but not Final Cut Pro. I did it too, and I only got about 3 or 4 of the apps. Just look for Final Cut Pro. I've done it 5 times live. It's not there. I did Final Cut Pro, and I kept scrolling to the bottom of the page. It's not there on my App Store. Period. It's just not. Right. That's what I'm saying. I saw the other ones. I saw Keynote or Pages or something, but the Final Cut Pro doesn't show up. So I guess they don't want to sell Final Cut Pro in a subscription. It really should not be this difficult to find the Creator Studio link. It should be available everywhere. Very strange rollout. I agree 100%. If you want people to subscribe, it should be front and center. Front and center at the top of the page. Here, subscribe to the Creator Studio. Well, that very well could be, but what's that got to do with the App Store? The App Store shouldn't be dependent. You need Final Cut macOS Tahoe to run Final Cut Pro 12. No, you do not. You absolutely do not. You need Final Cut Pro Sequoia 15.6 or better. You don't need Tahoe to run Final Cut Pro 12. You don't. You need Sequoia 15.6 or better. Let me just pull that up. You're talking about the subscription. I already did that. I did it 5 times live. It's not there. It's not there. Look at the Apple interview with TechLobe. I asked Apple Final Cut Pro very evasive questions about features. Creator. I did that. I'm not talking about Logic, Ben. I'm talking about Final Cut Pro. It's not there. I had to go to the iPad and download Final Cut Pro for the iPad. It instantly prompted me for the subscription. I understand that. Cannot see how to get a subscription. I would like to test. I have more expectations with premium content. Like to know if after this move of Apple, we get regular updates. You know, people have been saying that. Okay, this is what people are saying. A lot of people are saying. They're saying, oh, with this new subscription model, we're going to get more updates for Final Cut Pro more often. There's no evidence of that anywhere, that that's going to happen. There's no evidence at all. The development pace of Final Cut Pro since 10.4.10 or 11 has been very, very slow. It's been dragging for years. There is no evidence, and Apple has not said if you subscribe, you're going to get more updates more often. There's no evidence of that anywhere. So maybe it might, but there's no evidence that it's going to happen. Right, that's what I said. You only need Sequoia 15.6 or later, exactly. You can get there via the browser version, not the App Store version on the Mac. Why? Why? It's a Mac app. Why can't I get through the App Store? No, it's not. I've done it 5 times on my application live. It's not there. It is not there. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't get it. I'm saying that I can't get it. I don't want it. I just wanted to see what it looked like. Anyway, let's not worry about that. I had to pull Final Cut Pro into the new icon and subscribe from the Final Cut Pro Splash, then download all the other apps individually. I can't get to the Final Cut Pro subscription icon. Final Cut Pro is one app that does not come up when you search ACS. Why? Isn't that the biggest app in the bundle? That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's whoever designed this rollout is on the App Store. It's not working. It's not just you, Richard. I searched for it a ton. I mean, obviously some people are getting it, and I'm not going to subscribe. I just wanted to see what it looked like live. That's all. We got 150 people watching live. We need some more thumbs up, please. And while you're here, all the other ACS apps show, I realized that. I saw those, but I didn't see Final Cut Pro. That's all I'm interested in. That's mostly what I'm interested in. Starting help, this means continued investment in Final Cut Pro. The industry needs a signal that Apple is investing in this. This is a good first step. Now tackle Lightroom, get me off Adobe. But there's no evidence that that is the case. There's no evidence this means continued investment. Well, continued investment in Final Cut Pro, yeah. But out of the $15 a month, Final Cut Pro's not getting all of that. Final Cut Pro is getting some of that, but it's not getting all of that. And I completely understand the subscription-based app purchase going forward. I completely understand that. And $12.99 is very, very inexpensive for all those 10 apps, the ones you pay for. So that's fine for new people, but I don't need it. I mainly get Final Cut Pro. I'm not seeing premium, what I would call premium content in Final Cut Pro. Therefore, Final Cut Pro subscription is not going to get me to subscribe. It's not. Keynote, maybe, if they have cool templates. And Pixelmator Pro, I use it all the time. If they have premium content that includes access to a video library, access to a photo library, access to music that I can use, yes, I would consider it for those, but not the premium content in Final Cut Pro. I wrote Apple Creator in the search field and scroll down, found the subscription version of Final Cut Pro. My own version is still just open as yours. I'll do it again for the 6th time. Let me try it again. Let me see if Apple Creator. Let's try Apple Creator. All right, Apple Creator. This is what comes up for me. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom. Oh, what the heck? All the way. Where is something down here? What the heck's going on? This is what I get when I type in Apple Creator. It should be right at the top. Apple Creator should have all the apps contained in Apple Creator. It's not there. I'm not seeing it. See, this is the problem. But I just keep doing this. It's the same thing. Now, whether that's because I'm on Sequoia, I don't know. It shouldn't be. It's the App Store. It's a very confusing and messed up system at launch. Yeah, I'm not going to subscribe. I mean, if I wasn't doing the live stream, I would go ahead and research it more, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We got a lot of people watching us today. Thumbs up. New people. Gotcha. The App Store has been updated, yet I got it from the iPad by downloading Final Cut Pro, and it prompted me to subscribe. Okay, I downloaded Final Cut Pro 12. That's locked and loaded on my system, so that's not the issue. It's under Mac Apps, See All. Where is that? Mac Apps. I don't see All. Updates. Nope. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to subscribe, so it's really not that important. But it's just they should have links to. Here's all the apps in the Apple Creator Studio. There's not a single entry for the bundle. You have to get one of the apps, then subscribe to them all. Why isn't there a link? Why isn't there a link to all the apps? It's 100%. It's a poor design, 100% agree. Final Cut Pro for ACS is not in the App Store, period. Why is Pages ACS? Why is Keynote ACS? Why not Final Cut Pro? Go to the bottom. I've already been to the bottom 6 times. Then click View All Apps from Apple. I've already been there. I've been there a bunch of times. It's just not working for me. I'm not the only one. The only AC app that doesn't show up for me is Freeform. Apple calls it Creator Studio. Yep. Let's try that. Let's try Creator Studio. But the fact that you keep the word Apple out, let's try that. Nope. Doesn't work. Let's try this. So here it is. Create results for Creator Studio. CapCut. Is CapCut in Creator Studio? I didn't know CapCut was a Creator Studio. I didn't know Amazon Prime Video was in Creator Studio. I didn't know that Canva was in Creator Studio. I didn't know that. So everybody keeps telling me now, whatever it is, it's a little fluke. It's just a fluke. I'm not going to subscribe, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's get on to something else. Who has been trying? Has anything just confusing like the launch of Final Cut Pro? That's your opinion? Yeah, this is my show, so you're going to get my opinion on my show. That's correct. You can use any of the apps to get started, but it's confusing. Thank you. You have to search Final Cut Pro. I've already done that. I've done that 7 or 8 times. It doesn't work for me. I'm not going to keep on doing it. I've already done it a bunch of times live. It's just not working. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to subscribe anyway. Happy to see you. Happy to see you too. Actually, the additional content is just transition titles and a generator. It's not very useful with all the third-party plugins that exist, and they're much better than Apple's. So yeah, I don't, Apple has a certain level of stuff. It's some titles and stuff. And it's not what I would call premium content. That's all. It's like a mid-level content. iWork apps, Pixelmator Pro, and Freeform get premium content. But people are calling it those. Well, here's the thing, Ben. When you say that, I've watched some of the videos, and this is what I was told: feature parity, but not premium content. You're not going to get the premium content. So in the subscription version of Final Cut Pro, there's titles that are only available with this subscription. They're only available with this subscription. They're calling that premium content you're not going to get with the other version of Final Cut Pro. That's my point. Whether they clarify that at some point, it's new content, but it's not premium, in my opinion. That's correct. The Apple website for the software does not yet have a link to set up the subscription that I can see. It may not be ready yet today. Is it the same premium content for all the apps? Well, Keynote's going to have something. I don't know if there's going to be. It seems to me there would be separate premium content. Some premium content for Keynote. There's going to be templates for Keynote. Some premium content for Pixelmator Pro is going to be for Pixelmator Pro projects or templates, whatever. Things like if they had a video, store where you can download video clips and use them royalty-free, or photographs or music or Foley effects. See, I'd be interested in that because that can be shared across Final Cut Pro, across Logic, across Pixelmator Pro, across Keynote. "100% low-tier stuff so far. I'm kind of sad they don't have edit via transcript like other editors." I agree. Text-based editing. I use that feature a lot. Using the search feature is not a suitable replacement. I agree. I use DaVinci Resolve. I use DaVinci Resolve text-based editing all the time, and I really like it. It's as though they have uploaded the subscription versions to the App Stores of now, being that the only difference between two versions is extra content. Keeping both updated should be possible. What the heck? It's not a big deal. It's rolling out all over the world. So I'm not going to subscribe. There's nothing compelling for me to subscribe. I've already got Motion. I've already got Compressor. I've had Logic since it came out. I got Final Cut Pro. I have Pixelmator Pro, and I have Keynote, and I have those are the main apps. I already have all of those. So the apps themselves I already have. They're going to need to do something beyond that in order to get me to subscribe. We'll have to see what all the content is. The only videos that I've seen so far are for Final Cut Pro 12. That's the only ones. I didn't look at any Keynote videos or anything else, so we'll see. Yes, it's a poor design. You are in the secondary Final Cut Pro menu, not the first level. You are scrolling after you have selected the old app. I've tried searching. I've tried all kinds of things. It's just not, for me, it's not there. If you got it, that's fine. I really don't, I'm not that worried about it. I see it as a bundle on my iPad. With bundle, I have my iPads in the other room. I'm not going to get that right now. Somewhere between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Creator Studio is just way too confusing. If it was me, I would have a big banner in the App Store. Creator Studio, Apple Creator Studio, whatever you heck want to call it. Here's where all the apps live. Everywhere I'd have that banner. Click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this. Not have to all this stuff going trying to find it. Exactly. You'd think it would be on the front page of the app. I would. I mean, since it's launch day. Anyway, it's not that important. I'm not going to subscribe today or tomorrow. I don't see any reason to subscribe at this point. The future, that could change. It could change in a month. They could put something up. I said, I like that. I would go ahead and get that. Good evening from Andorra. Took a screenshot of it, just sent it to you on Facebook, but it's not on mine. It's not on mine. I don't care if it's on yours. Other people are downloading it, obviously. So. It should be easier, of course. In the online app store, what's the online app store? What is, you mean on the, not yet in the Mac app store? Well, okay. This is a complete, here's what it is. This is what it's like. Where is it? Where's the Creator Studio in the App Store? I'm not going to subscribe. You guys can find it, that's fine. I'm not subscribing right now, so I don't have to worry about it. Drop the App Store issue. Some see it, some don't. I got Final Cut Pro 12. No problem. Typed in Final Cut Pro, got it. No problem. You need to switch from Mac to iPad app. Well, I'm not going to do that right now. My iPad's in the other room. I'm not going to do that right now. Thanks for that. That's fine. Well, if I wanted to get it, I would find a way to get it. I'm just not. It's just to me, it seems like it's overly complicated. In the Final Cut Pro CS, they have all the new titles, effects, and elements labeled with a blue dot and a prop-up. They should have done that in the past, but right, it's new content. It's not premium content. They're calling it premium. I'm saying it's not premium. Nine new transitions, a few new dynamic titles, and a lot of new elements. New elements meaning what? It really doesn't make any sense. The Creator Studio should be a hook primarily for Final Cut Pro users. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just silly that you don't have a big banner somewhere to just say, here's how you subscribe. Boom, here you do it. You should be much easier in poor design. Final Cut Pro for ACS is there. I realize it's there. It's just not there for me. Let me see if I can edit text. Let me try this. There we go. We have a winner. We have a winner. Thank you, Sebastian. See? This is what you should have. Let's pull this up. We have a winner. Sebastian did it. There. There you go. That link worked. I'm not sure how I can put it in there. This is what we needed from the very beginning. There you go. That link worked. Apple Creator Studio, photo and video. App Store for the Mac. Bingo. Thank you, Sebastian. I have it. We have the link. We have the link. So it worked. That App Store for the Mac. What did I have? I have the App Store for the Mac, so that's cool. Apple. Oh, you know what? Here you go. It says view. There you go. Two different things. This is what I wanted. This is fine. What the heck? What happened? Oh, you know what? I put my, put my main screen down there. So there it is. It's there. It's just it wasn't coming up in search. Sebastian for the win. He got us what we needed. I'm not going to subscribe, so. The only reason I subbed was to have Final Cut Pro on the iPad and maybe try some of the other apps. Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely understand that. Do I think I'll be subscribing in the future? Very possibly. Very possibly. I use LumaFusion on the iPad, so that's my favorite NLE on the iPad and my phone. I can use it on the phone as well. But at least Apple's titles are created right. Motion VFX titles are not. Motion VFX look great, but I have a drawer full of sticky notes with things that are wrong with their titles. Okay. But are they premium? Do you consider them premium? As a Final Cut user from my business, I'm not happy with the update. I have 3 videos, 2 audio clips, took 45 minutes to analyze, transcode, index, did a search for, found 40, do not have sit anymore. Downloading Final Cut Pro now, only 3 hours to go, must be getting slammed. I have fiber, absolutely. Yeah, the servers are slammed, almost impossible to download any apps right now. Not a well thought out rollout of Creator Studio. So Sebastian sent the link. He gets the win. Absolutely. Text out beat marker, makes markers just like the 3 apps I've used in the past for the same thing. Will be fun and helpful for some folks. Text-based editing would super help me the most. Absolutely, I use it all the time. I feel sad because it's same other years. We do not see any signal to improve Final Cut Pro in the professional way. If we're using Final Cut Pro, I think we're used to the fact that their development pace is a lot slower. Some people would say it's more cautious. Okay, I understand that, but I don't agree with it. Finally got it, but not impressed. We'll continue to use the trial and then go back to normal operation. I see that you have exactly 3,000 subscribers as of now. Thank you. Congrats. Until the last couple of years, I've never really put any that much effort into my YouTube channel. So that's very cool. Thank you for the 3,000 subscription. We have 715,000 views. 715,000 views of my content on YouTube. Millions of podcast downloads of Final Cut Pro Radio over the years. Millions. I have hundreds of thousands of views on Facebook and hundreds of thousands of views on the X platform. So I have over 1 million views on all 3 platforms. It's the new Where's Waldo. There's no reason to do that, Brett. I've already got the link from Sebastian. He sent it to me, and we already got it taken content. It's premium content. Why is this stuff premium content versus the last updates we had to titles and stuff? Was that called premium content? It's not. Premium to me is top tier. It's stuff that I've seen is more mid-level tier. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't think it's premium. We already did it. Sebastian for the win. Pixelmator Pro is only updated in Studio. Explains the warp issue. Guessing that going forward, Pixelmator won't be updated in Studio unless I'm missing something. I don't know. Pixelmator Pro, I use it all the time. Got to get back to work. Thanks for the show, Richard. See you all Saturday. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ben, for tuning in as usual. Let's see where... Yeah, we got a lot of people watching over on the X platform and the YouTube platform, of course. Yeah, motion VFX products are premium. They render blazingly fast, but if you tweak titles, you better know Motion and app to customize the ad features. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Happy for all the Final Cut peeps today? Absolutely. Let's do this. I'm going to turn this up. This is to the Final Cut Pro team that worked on this. Thank you very much. Not premium at all. It's just titles and translations. We need at least a keyframe editor. What will be next to come? Good question. Very good question. So like and subscribe. Absolutely. Like and subscribe. That's fantastic. Everybody's thumbs up, plenty of thumbs up today. Got 140 some people watching live. So if you're new here, we're here every Saturday at 10 o'clock. We'll be back this Saturday at 10 o'clock. Final Cut TV. Well, I'm not leaving yet because a lot of people want to talk yet. So if you're new here, post a comment. Let's see what you think about Apple Creator Studio or just Creator Studio. Oh, by the way, let me do a couple of things here. So here's one of the things that I have up. Apple Creator Studio, articles, reviews, and tutorials master list updated. So right now we're here. You're going to updated. There we are. Right now we're here. Turn that down. So you can go on this page, fcpx.tv, and you can go what's new in Apple Final Cut Pro for the Mac. This is the Apple link. What's new in Final Cut Pro for the iPad. These are all the tutorial and review videos. I love this. Not a fluffy overview. That's what Steve said. It's an in-depth deep dive into the new Final Cut Pro 12. Not a fluffy overview. I guess he's seen some fluffy overviews. These are all the different videos that I could find. These are the reviews. Review there, review there. Here's our friend Jen Jager. Some of these people I don't know. There's our friend Final Cut Bro, Dylan Bates. Another Dylan. Apple Insider. There's some good stuff here. So just go to fcpx.tv and I'll keep updating this. Look at this. We're live here. So I'll keep updating this as the next couple of days go. As the next couple of days go by. Like and subscribe, absolutely. Thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. It's appreciated. And subscribe as well. Let's keep the subscriptions going. So who's running that website? Did you build that yourself? Yeah, I built it myself. But before I started video editing back in the late 90s, I took web design classes. And I just keep it running. fcpx.tv, I had that as soon as the night that Final Cut Pro was announced at the Super Meet in 2011, was it? 2011? I got out of bed and got that domain, fcpx.tv. But anyway, it's been there forever. It's been there for a long time. And what else do I want to show you? Oh, yeah, that's what else I wanted to show you. Let's go over here. And let's go over here. And this is MacBook. This is the Creator Studio community Facebook group. We just started that like yesterday or the day before, I forget which. And this is we're over here talking about stuff. And I think we're live too. Somewhere. I mean, yeah, there we are. There we're live. I thought we were. So yeah, this is the Apple Creator Studio community Facebook group. This is the one you want to join. And we're going to be talking about mostly Final Cut, but any of the other apps that you want to discuss are fine in this group. And it's facebook.com/groups Apple Creator Studio. That's what it says up here. Apple Creator Studio. Copy. That's what it is. What's going on right now? Another thumbs up. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And so I am absolutely I think I'm going to be subscribing at some point. I just have to see a little bit more what's going on with some of the other premium content for some of the other things. I'm not going to update it for Final Cut Pro unless they start adding features that aren't available in the standalone version, which they could in the future. I'm not going to worry about a year or 2 years down the road. Do I want them to keep updating the standalone version and have feature parity with the studio version, with the subscription version? Yes. That's what I would prefer. We'll have to see how that goes. And now that this launch has happened, the Apple Creator Studio has happened, now maybe we're going to get some information about, let me just take a screen grab of that. We can get some information about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. At this point, the Creative Summit is probably not going to happen in March, I would say. It's not enough time for people to get ready. April is NAB, so maybe at the end of April, beginning of May, they might have the Creative Summit. They could have it at the end of May. They could have it in the beginning of June. They told us it would be the spring, so that would be up to June 21st, I think. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. We will have to see how that goes. Daniel says, hello from Quebec. Why Apple missed so bad the launch of Creative Studio would be a big welcome in Apple Mac Apps Store. It's there. It's just you would think they'd have a big link to it somewhere. The links that Sebastian sent, they were fine. They worked. That was perfect. Went right there. And then I clicked on the one that said to go to the Mac App Store. It was there. It just, whatever. Yes, I like this. Like and subscribe. Absolutely. Like and subscribe. That makes it more enjoyable for me, for sure. So we're here. Look, what do I think about the Final Cut? What do I think about the Apple Creator Studio? I think it's fine. After consideration, the main thing is they gave us feature parity on the launch with the standalone version. The same features are in both versions. You're missing a few titles. You're missing some transitions, maybe a generator or two. That's all. Features are for feature. It's everything is there. Everything is good. So why do search and have to work around to find out how many users will think of doing it? Well, they'll get there eventually. I think they'll probably put a big banner up somewhere. But anyway, Sebastian for the win, got me right to it. The one link I copied and pasted, went right there. I guess there's two different things. One is the website version and one is the App Store version. Anyway, it's fine. So I got headline text. Yeah, there's some of the, I like some of the titles in Final Cut Pro. No ifs, ands, or buts. I like them, some of them. Generators and stuff. I like some of them. They're good, solid titles and good, solid, I don't know about the transitions, but some of the titles were cool. So we'll have to see how this develops. If this helps develop Final Cut Pro faster, I'm all for it. That's great. Because Final Cut is not, the development cycle is not a speed, they're not a speed demon. They're very, very slow with development. But that's okay. I still use it, don't I? Yes, I do. I still use Final Cut Pro. So let me just go over here real quick. Let's see what we got. I'm going to see. Yeah. So let's see if I can do, let me just do this. This is the way I think we're going to do it. Let's just pull this up right here. By the way, I did a video on customizing the window layout in Final Cut Pro. It's been nothing but problems. Nothing but problems. I lose the audio meters. I lose the ability to live scrub and stuff, so I stopped using them. Let's look at this. So this is the new version of Final Cut. This is version 12. And let's do this. And up right here is where you access transcript includes visual, if you want to do that. This is where the two big ticket items are. Transcript search, visual search. You look under the little menu there. We had a big snow. We had a real big snow for us. The schools have been closed for 3 days. The schools have been closed for 3 days. So the titles that they have currently, all these titles under dynamic titles here, there's lots of titles, and a lot of them are, I like them. I like them. I guess, can you say they're premium? I guess so. Maybe they are premium. You could consider them premium. I was expecting another step up from the existing ones. Another step up in quality of design from the existing ones. These are pretty cool. I like them. I guess if they consider these premiums, and the new ones are also premiums, but they're not really. I like them. I like these. I use some of them sometimes. They are nice. I don't want to pretend like, I don't want to appear like I'm saying they're not good. They are good. And I guess if they added some more of these same ones, they're calling them premium. I'm just calling them new titles. I am calling them new titles. So that's where the big ticket items are. Well, we got to go back to here, and we got to go here. Transcript search includes, is related to visual. So we have all these tutorials, of course, as to be expected, are out right now. And if I'm going to recommend a few, the ones that I like.
Dan McDougall.
The one that I like is, let's go over here again. The one that I like is Steve's and Mark's is really good, of course. I don't think you expect anything less. So they have a very in-depth, a deep dive, as they always do. Theirs is very long. It's 42 minutes. So if you want, this is where I learned most about the new version of Final Cut Pro 12. Now, there's a bunch of other ones. Like I said, just go to fcpx.tv. If you go to the main menu and you click on Apple Creator Studio Articles and Tutorials Master List, and I'll keep updating this over the next day or two. And then, see, we're right here live right now, but we will all the tutorials that I think are the best ones will be listed here. So this one, like, for example, it goes to an article and goes like for a review, and they also did a video. So this is a good thing to have. Let's go back. And here's another article by Engadget. And at the top of the page, you can go Apple, what's new in Final Cut Pro for the Mac? It's right there. What's new in Final Cut Pro for the iPad? Right there. So here's the things that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to say when I subscribe. Thank you for the thumbs up. When I subscribe, because I'm sure I'm going to at some point. Looking for the premium content in Pixelmator and Keynote, and what's there in Final Cut as well. And I'm also be curious to use the Final Cut version of Final Cut for the iPad. Those are things that I would be curious about. I think Motion was updated to 6 after all these years. They went from 5 to 6. So that's fine. Logic, I'm going to continue using my version of Logic, standalone version of Final Cut, standalone version of Compressor, standalone version of Motion. We'll have to see what other content they get in the subscription before I would consider. I'm not going to even try the trial. Why would I try the trial? Can show me something that I'm missing from the standalone version at this point. Now here's the other side of this. It's very reasonably priced. When Apple does subscriptions, very, very reasonably priced. I confirm Creator Studio is $179 plus 15% taxes for a year in Canada. Wow. It's only $129 in the United States. So it's basically, if you get the yearly subscription, which is, if I'm going to subscribe, that's probably what I would do after a 30-day trial. It's $10.75 a month, which is not bad. Now, here's the thing. If I wasn't sure if I liked it, I would just go for a month. I would do the 30-day trial and then do $12.99 for 1 month, and then quit the next month and maybe pick it up again 2 or 3 months down the road. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm glad to get Final Cut Pro 12. That's fine. Some of the features, but it's a better update than 11 was, 11.2. We'll have to go for today. Be back on Saturday. Saturday at 10 o'clock. We are back. We are back at Saturday at 10 o'clock. But we do want to give a round of applause to the Final Cut Pro team. And all the Pro Apps team. Not just Final Cut Pro, but all the Pro Apps team. We liked finally getting Final Cut Pro 12 after all this time. I thought earlier in December that they were going to introduce Final Cut Pro 12 at the Creative Summit. There's really no sense to have a creative summit, Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, without an update to some kind of an update to Final Cut Pro. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to not have an update to Final Cut Pro for the Creative Summit. So that kind of means that the Creative Summit's not going to happen in the next month or 2 months. It could, they could delay it till next November. At this point, they gave us 12 now. If they delay it till next November, that wouldn't hurt my feelings, except that they said it was going to be in the spring. So I kind of liked it in November. If they went back to November, that's fine. Once a year in November. But that means probably they would have another update to Final Cut Pro at that point. Probably. No guarantee. Probably. Because that's why you would have a Creative Summit. Now, they're going to do a special Final Cut Pro track at NAB this year, which is the first time that Apple's been that involved for a while. FMC has always done a Final Cut Pro track at NAB. They do it every year. They have classes. A track means like sessions, classes, Final Cut Pro. So that's happening at NAB in 2 months. We'll have to see what happens with the Creative Summit. they're supposed to get an announcement sometimes after all this dust settles down from the Apple Creator Studio and Final Cut Pro, but at least thank you, Final Cut Pro Apps team, for giving us feature parity between the two versions. Just keep that up. There's two things I like the Final Cut Pro Apps team to do. I don't know how much control they have over it, but number one is don't raise the subscription price on the Apple Creator Studio. Keep it, it's reasonable at $12.99 a month and $129 for a year. That's a very reasonable price. So that's the first thing. For people that are just coming into Final Cut, it's an excellent deal. For those of us that have had Final Cut Pro for all these years, it's, you know, I'm going to continue to use my standalone versions for right now. All righty. We have anything else? Anybody else want to comment before we get out of here? We're here every Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and like on the YouTube channel. We reached 3,000 subscriptions so far, which is nice. It's the most I've ever had, so it's very, very cool. And they keep going up. We have 715,000 views on the YouTube channel. 715,000, not bad, not bad. UK time. Thank you for tuning in, Liverpool Picks. Are you from Liverpool? I'd love to go to Liverpool. Greetings from Madrid. Thanks for the show. Absolutely. Subscribe. Hit that old thumbs up marker over there. What is the visual search? The visual search is Final Cut Pro analyzes your clips and looks for different scenes. If you say, I want to show me birds. If I have birds, it'll go through and pick all the clips that have birds in it. If you say, show me red shoes, it'll go through and pick up the clips that have red shoes. Anything that can be visually identified, it'll show up in the search field. And you can make a smart collection out of that search. Red shoes. So, for example, you can make a collection in Final Cut Pro. So that's cool. So this is cool. We got Final Cut Pro 12. I'm excited for that. The future of Final Cut Pro, we'll have to see if this subscription makes for faster development of Final Cut. I hope so. Greetings from Charlotte, North Carolina. Did you get ice down there last week? That's the old cat room in the front of the house. As you might imagine, we have one cat there right now, sleeping on her futon. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Where do you subscribe, do you say? Where do you subscribe? You subscribe over here. YouTube.com, Richard Taylor TV. That's where you subscribe. Thank you for the subscriptions. We just reached over 3,000, which is very cool. Yes, we have ice in certain places. Absolutely. We've had snow and ice both. Snow and ice both. And so we have, I want to show you a couple more things. Just make sure, go to fcpx.gov.tv, go to the main page right here. fcpx.tv, and you can click on Apple Creator Studio Articles and Tutorials Master List. So, like right now, we're on there live. We're on there live. But articles, tutorials for the Final Cut Pro 12, Creator Studios and stuff. I'm going to watch some of these myself. I am going to watch some of these myself. And the other thing I want to show you is we have our Facebook page, the Apple Creator Studio Community over there on Facebook. Just type in facebook.com/groups. Let me pull that up. I'll put it up on screen for everybody. Just type in here. Let's pull this up and we'll put that type in there. There we go. Apple Creator Studio. Actually, we don't need some of that stuff. We'll just do this. Save. Facebook.com/groups/ let's do this again. Facebook.com/groups/Apple Creator Studio. And you get to the Facebook group, the Creator Studio Community. The Creator Studio Community on Facebook. We just opened up a couple days ago. We already got 224 members. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget, we're here Saturday. I don't anticipate coming back on this week unless I get some more information you might be interested in. And in which case, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified when we go live. I'll wait for a couple more minutes to see if there's any more comments from the listeners and the watchers. By the way, I want to give all of you a round of applause for tuning in all these times, for Saturdays when you come around, and for today. If you're new, just tell us where you're from and whether do you like the Creator Studio? I think for the most part, it's a very positive step. As long as they keep giving the standalone version the same features, we'll be in good shape. That was certainly a smart move on their part. Certainly smart move. All right, everyone, I'm going to get out of here. We'll be back on Saturday. Of course, we'll be talking about Final Cut Pro 12. We'll be talking about Final Cut Apple Creator Studio. I don't know anything about Motion. It updated to version 6, but I don't know what they added. Logic Pro, both on the iPad and the Mac version. I'll be interested in trying out Final Cut on the iPad when I subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to subscribe at some point. I never subscribed to the Final Cut on the iPad standalone, but I think they're probably going to end up getting me on a few of these premium content for Keynote, for Pixelmator Pro, if they give us access to a video clip library, photo library, music library, Foley library. At that point, I'll be subscribing. I don't see any reason for me to subscribe just for Final Cut Pro at this point. All right, everyone? We'll be back Saturday at 10 o'clock, if not before. Thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in today. Final Cut Pro team, absolutely all of you. Great job. Talk to everybody later.